Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests.
Good magical Monday morning. Come on in, come on in. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this. Yes, yes. As you can see, right there, that bit there, that's me. hmm I'll just wait for you to come back in because, yeah, I'm an idiot, pretty much. Magical Monday, my arse. Good morning, Teresa. Oh my God. I have a really important Zoom, or not Zoom, it's like a special, uh, it's a doctor's appointment, but it's online and they use their own special software. And I had to do a test run today to make sure that it was all working ready for tomorrow. And somehow, don't ask me how, someone touched the mute button on the earphones. That's all it was. Because I kept changing all the settings and it kept saying devices in use. What? So, yes, I'm officially rated there. So, I apologize. Happy No Undy Monday. Yep, that's how I'm rolling. Magical Monday. Did we all have a good weekend? Did you have a relaxing, restful time, or was it crapola? I'm going for option B, just quietly. And then I have to laugh at myself because I've done this, this lovely purple theme, magical, magical mystery stream, and we're doing police takedowns, canine takedowns, and disrespectful court moments, and nothing magical about it. Just, I thought we would do something whilst we are waiting for Miss Boone, and that can probably come down a tad. You watch me break something else now. I feel like I'm only half in the camera, bobbing up away. Not that you want to see the bottom half of me, anyways. I thought you might have run through. No, that's for laptops only. That's reserved for laptops. I wonder if Moonstar can find us again. Surely, I must have looked like a dickhead. Oh well, I should be used to that by now. That's for sure. All right. Well, I've got a couple of things here set up. So shall we go with? Maybe I'll do a canine takedown compilation, and then we might skip to a different, the wildest moments in jail caught on camera, and then we'll decide from there. Let's roll by the seat of our pants. Why not? It's No Undy Monday. I better share a screen, seeing as I closed it all down before. Okay, let's get that one up. Canines. Well, boy, that's loud. They're working. That's for sure. I don't think we're going to need closed captions. Me think 'em. Oh, does it? Oh, crap. Really? Okay. I've put the wrong date in then, haven't I? Fucking have too. Oh, and I can't. The stream is already live. Can't change the start time. See? I told you. I'm an idiot. I was in that much of a hurry. Let me go to Christine's site. Mhm. I think it's going to be one of those days, one of those weeks. What do you reckon? Actually, what if I change the thumbnail? Oh, that might be easier. And just update the thumbnail to say, not tomorrow, today. Text. There you go. Elements. Now, not tomorrow. Yes, magical mystery. Okay, let's download that one. And nothing like starting off on the wrong foot, is there? Eh? I would say I'm professional, but it's far, far, far from it. Far, far. Like, 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 um, like far. All right, let me see if I can change this now. Change thumbnail. There we go. And then that'll have to I'll have to remember to change that tomorrow, like when I sign off to close it down. Hopefully they see that. Can you see the thumbnail has changed at all or not? Did you have a good weekend, Teresa? So is it just you and me here? Excellent, fantastic. And we was it Kelly had her birthday on the weekend, so I I hope she had a fantastic weekend. It sounded like she was in for a good time. Good on her. I had someone else join, so hopefully that's one of them we've gotten back. And my apologies again. Alrighty, let's do it, shall we? Let's present this. I have to get out of here. Oh, look how pretty that is. It's so cute, so cute. Add to stage. And there's my saving. There we go. Oh, oh, look at that. It's pretty, isn't it? Eh? See, I spend all of this time making things look beautiful and then no one can hear me. Never mind. You can hear me now. All right, so this is craziest canine takedowns caught on camera. I haven't seen it, but I reckon it might be worth a watch. And yeah, as I said, the reason that we're doing just a bits and bobs stream is because we're waiting for Ms. Boone to seat her jury. And I did have, with the last stream set up, I had a poll asking when people thought that the trial might actually begin this week, what day, how long it would take to find a non-tainted jury pool and select 16 of the finest. So I've put the stream up to start tomorrow night with the best, fingers crossed, toes crossed. But if not, we'll find something else to do. All right, let's do this, shall we? And go. Yeah.
Right now, bro. I'm not with you.
Ooh. Hey, Christine. I apologise. I'm so sorry. In my rush to put up another stream, I put the wrong day in. I'm sorry. And I actually had accidentally pressed the mute button on my headphones. That's why you couldn't hear me. I'm sorry. Yep. I actually think I did it when I picked them up this afternoon to wipe down my desk. See, cleaning is bad. It's bad. But welcome. We're watching the craziest canine takedowns for the moment because that's magical.
You got it? Ah! Get off, go! Ah! Got the dog. Ow! Dog. Sooner you show me your hands, the sooner I take the dog off. Let me see your right hand. All right, stay over, roll over on your stomach, stay on your stomach. Give me your right hand.
Whoa, gotcha. I can see your bum crack.
Hey, let go of my dog. Let go.
Oh.
When criminals get caught, they usually either fight or try to make a run for it. Luckily, our officers are trained to combat them. But what happens when they decide to run? Well, that's when the K9 units step in and take care of business. In this video, we've got 4 cases of the craziest K9 takedowns caught on camera. Back in June of 2022, a team of detectives was on the prowl, conducting surveillance on 22-year-old Nason Bacon. Bacon was a serious criminal wanted in connection to the murder of 23-year-old DeLeon Springs, who was shot in the head during a carjacking. After spotting him purchasing a 60-round AK-47 magazine at a New Smyrna Beach gun store, the detectives closed in, but Bacon and 2 of his accomplices, who then immediately took off running while he hid behind a house.
K9's here. Tell me where to go, guys. All right. Just kick that latch. One more time. There you go. Around the fence. Yeah, he'll bite you, so watch it. You see him?
Over these dogs.
Oh, right here. Come here.
Seeing that a slow search wouldn't serve them, and given Bacon's dangerous nature and the possibility of him being armed, the cops decided to bring in the big guns. This was none other than Deputy Brett Whitson and his new partner, K9 Red. This was actually Red's first mission, and he was on the job like a dog with a bone. Despite the yard being filled with garbage of various kinds, there was no fooling Red. Within seconds of arriving and grabbing a scent, he was onto his suspect. Red navigated the treacherous backyard like a professional, with some officer behind him, and before long this happened.
Pocket Red! Pocket Red! Pocket Red! Pocket Red! Pocket Red! Get your hands up!
Yeah.
Hands up! Let me see your hands! Pocket Red! Good boy, Red! Pocket! boy, pocket, Red. Pocket, good boy.
I got you.
Good boy. Get him out. Pull him out. Pocket, Red. Good boy, buddy. Good boy, Red. Pocket. Pocket. House.
Yep, you got him.
Watch that man, buddy. That's a good dog, Red. That's a good boy, Red. You watch him, Red. Watch that bad guy, buddy. Everybody clear? All right, Red. Come on, buddy. Butts. Butts.
Those screams are musical. I've got to hear them again. Red, on the other hand, has caught his first criminal. Impressive, isn't it? You can tell how excited both he and Deputy Whitson are. Good boy indeed. As for Bacon, after he was shamefully busted from his hiding spot behind a washer, dryer, or whatever that was, he was arrested by the police and taken to the hospital for injuries suffered from Red's attack. Bacon and his accomplices, 22-year-old John Torres and Isaiah Thomas, were then indicted for first-degree murder in connection to the shooting death of 23-year-old DeLeon Springs during a carjacking outside Florida Technical College.
I want that haircut.
Good job rotting in prison, Bacon. I certainly hope it makes you squeal like a pig. We have more takedowns that will have you cheering for the K9, much like this next one. But before we get to that, please take a second to hit that like button. Okay, let's move on. On the 17th of February this year, around 1 p.m., Wilshire Division officers were patrolling in the area of San Vicente Boulevard and Fairfax Avenue when their automatic license plate reader alerted them of a stolen vehicle. When they approached the stolen vehicle, beckoning the suspect to stop, the man in the car, later identified as 21-year-old Ian Jimenez, instead chose to run. Idiot. He floored the accelerator and started racing in the streets, trying to lose the police. What Jimenez didn't count on, however, were the narrow streets and the oncoming traffic, so it wasn't long before he crashed into another vehicle, bringing him to a halt. You won't believe what he did next after crashing the stolen vehicle.
Tried to run.
Oh, TC and Will. Hey, don't fucking move.
Okay.
Clear. Where'd he go? Get back here. You want south?
Yes, you saw that right. Jimenez, trying to avoid arrest, fled on foot and started leaping fences and weaving through the backyard like he was some sort of ghetto Spider-Man. The police quickly set a perimeter that kept him boxed in, but they still needed to weed him out from wherever he was hiding. To weed out his exact hiding spot, the Metropolitan Division K9 officers conducted a K9 search. It wasn't long before the first K9 had its encounter with Jimenez, bringing the defiant criminal to his knees.
Now, if you look at that, do you see how he had that guy grabbed? Interesting to see what if we actually see his wounds. But that's what I imagine happened to John O'Keefe's arm. Exactly that, because he was biting, pulling back, and tearing at the same time. Because that's what they're trained to do. That's why you don't get the puncture wounds. You get more of the lacerations and the tears in the skin.
Well, they don't call the K9 unit elite for nothing. That dog just tore Jimenez a new one. The once proud ghetto Spider-Man was on his knees screaming in pain as the dog tore through his arm like it was made of cardboard. That sight was so amazing. Let me give you a different angle of the same scene. There's something amusing about criminals screaming in pain, don't you think? And yes, just this once, I derive pleasure from the pain of criminals. Jimenez, however, knows that he is in hot soup, so this dumb idiot decides to make a run for it. Again, you don't have to be a fortune teller to know what comes next.
Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around!
Oh my lord, really? Really? No. It can't be that silly.
He's over! Hey, hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. I'm with you, Dan. I'm with you. Hold on. Don't run! Do not run! Get down on the ground! Down on the ground! Turn around! It's okay, put him down. Just put him down. I'm gonna cover you with a handcuff. On the ground! On the ground! Get on the ground! He's going to holster. You're going to handcuff. On the ground. On the ground. You ready? Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. On the ground. There you go. All the way down. Get on the ground. All the way down. Turn around. Turn around.
This guy just loves punishment. You might outrun the boys in blue, but you certainly won't outrun the K9 unit. Those dogs are beasts. Ian Jimenez had to make multiple visits to the hospital to have his arm healed, given the severity of the damage that the K9 had inflicted. Given that his car collision earlier injured a civilian, I have no mercy for him. The LA County's DA office also ended up charging Ian Jimenez with 1 count of fleeing a pursuing officer's car while driving recklessly, 1 count of driving a vehicle without the owner's consent, 1 count of a hit-and-run driving, resulting in injury to another person, 1 count of unauthorized entry of a dwelling house, and 1 count of petty theft. Dumb criminals like him deserve no break, much like this next one who paid very dearly. On July 31st, 2022, around 4:30 p.m., the Marion County Sheriff's Office deputies were alerted to a stolen vehicle in the area. The first of the deputies to locate the stolen vehicle was K9 Corporal Calvin Batts and his K9 partner Jax. This would soon prove to be bad news for the criminal. Instead of stopping when Corporal Batts turned on his lights and siren, the car thief, later identified as 29-year-old Matthew Gebert, decided that he could be Vin Diesel and do a fast and furious in the streets of Florida.
10-4, 17th Street on the overpass. No traffic this time.
Up to Highway 200, going over Highway 200, continuing northbound.
Why would you even bother running? Criminals can be so stupid sometimes. The suspect eventually realized that this was a bad move, as Corporal Batts stayed on his heels the whole time. So what did he decide to do next? Well, this genius decides to play the worst possible card he could play and do this.
Driver's bound.
10-4, driver failing.
Sheriff's Office K9, you're under arrest for no release of dog! Pocket! 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 Show me your hands! Pocket that man, buddy! Show me your hands! Let me see your hands!
Unaware that he was dealing with the K9 unit, the idiot decided to flee on foot, but Jax and his Corporal Batts were hot on his trail. Did you see how Jax just effortlessly glides as he runs just before he knocks the criminal to the ground? Flawless. The takedown was complete, but the pain was not. Keep watching.
The sooner you show me your hands, the sooner I take the dog off! Let me see your right hand! Alright, stay over, roll over on your stomach, stay on your stomach! Give me your right hand! Give me your right hand behind your back!
Oh, he's got him in the back.
I'm not going to let him go! Get off, please! Don't fight! As soon as I get your handcuffs, as soon as the dog goes off, okay? As soon as I get your handcuffs, as soon as the dog goes off, okay? Hold on, hold on.
That's on the stomach too, mate.
Just sit tight, hold on.
That's gonna hurt. Good boy. Good boy.
Kilo
Now brush your teeth.
420 Marine, 1015 on the driver.
Talk about receiving a mouthful of the law. Jack certainly taught Gerbert a lesson by holding him in the jaws of justice. I bet every time Gerbert sits down now, he will be reminded to keep being a good citizen, lest Batts and Jax come after you. Even after being held, Jax was clearly hot on his heels to make sure he didn't go anywhere again. Gebert was taken into custody, and it was discovered that he was in possession of cocaine and various drug tools. His driver's license was also suspended, and he was on active felony probation. He was then charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle, fleeing to elude a law enforcement officer, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting without violence, driving without a valid license, and violation of probation. Quite a lengthy list. I'm sure he is serving out his sentence in constant fear of Jax's jaws of justice. Now, folks, I say this with all due respect, and I genuinely am not trying to be rude, but when dealing with law enforcement, don't behave like this dumb idiot. Meet Ronald D. Wagner, too, a huge dummy who suffered at the jaws of the K-9 units for the crime of trying to be clever, but displaying massive ignorance instead. What could very easily have been a routine traffic stop turned into a massacre because he would not comply.
It's not Gary? This is your vehicle? Your automobile? Okay. So, do you know a Gary then? Okay. So, this goes back to it. I ran the plate, comes back to a Gary. I ran what you have on the back of the vehicle, comes back to a Gary. You have a weapon on you? No, I have no weapon.
You realize this trooper has a legal reason to stop you. You're obligated to give him your information.
Well, I understand he has a legal reason, but he does not have a lawful reason. I'm just a private man.
It is a lawful reason. State of Ohio, he can request your information. If you give him your information, he'll do what he's going to do, give you a ticket, advise you, and you'll be on your way. It doesn't have to be a whole big thing.
I'm not making a whole big thing. I was just traveling in my private capacity in my automobile, going from point A to point B, trying to get somewhere.
Okay.
And this gentleman pulled me over.
He did pull you over, and I'm sure for a legal reason. And if he did see you,
a legal reason, but it's not a lawful reason.
It's one and the same, sir. Legal and lawful. He's allowed to conduct a traffic stop and obtain your information. Okay. Well, that's not our traffic stop, like I said. We'll see what he wants to do.
I'm just trying to get to where I'm going. On my way, officer. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm lawful.
Mr. Ronald Wagner was pulled over for suspicious and unauthorized license plates by the state troopers. The plate that was attached to the car seemed to belong to someone else, but Mr. Wagner would not provide details. To add to that, the plate was attached to a driver with a concealed carry permit, but Mr. Wagner denied this. He would also continue to deny giving officers his name, address, or any other personal information, citing his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
I'm a constitutionalist, refusing to give the trooper any information. It's a CCW attached to the car. He won't give us his name. He says he doesn't have a weapon in the car, but he's not being cooperative.
Hey, do you live in the city? I don't answer questions, officer. All right.
So I'll ask again, you're refusing to give me your name, date of birth, social security number. Any of that will be sufficient.
I don't answer questions, officer.
Okay.
So you're not going to answer the question on whether or not you can give us that information?
I don't answer questions, officer. I'm plead the fifth.
Yes, sir.
Well, when an officer requests your name and information on a traffic stop, you don't have the right to plead the fifth. You understand that? You have the right to take a citation to court.
Morning. I just got your email. I haven't checked it yet, but it sounds awful. Sounds awful. Is it something that you wanted me to play or just for me? And yeah, I had it. I'm glad you went here for the start of this stream because this is take 2. If you hadn't worked out, the StreamYard link I sent you didn't work because I started that stream and I had no audio. I couldn't work out for the life of me what was wrong. Yeah, so Jody looked like an idiot and I started a new screen so that I could stream so that I could reset everything. And I had the mute button pressed on my headphones accidentally. Yep. I can play it. It's short. All right, I'll keep going with this and I will upload it. Oh no, yes, download it. Okay.
And contest it, you don't have the right to not provide your information. It's actually a crime and it's arrestable. You understand that?
I do not understand anything.
Okay. Well, let me explain it to you. Refusing to provide your information to a law enforcement officer conducting an investigation, it's a misdemeanor 4. It means it's arrestable. You can be taken to the Stark County Jail for that. Okay? Failure to disclose personal identifying information, it is a crime. Okay?
It's not a crime.
It is.
It's a statute violation. It's not a lawful crime. I've committed no crime.
Oh, sir, I assure you.
To travel from point A to
All right, I found it. Right, I will try and full screen it and share it. Can come on, full screen. Let me. Hang on. Stop that one. Present. So it was a car crash, was it? Yeah. Right. I can't won't let me make it any bigger than that. I'm afraid. Sorry.
Qantas points earning credit card take you. Get up to 130,000 bonus Qantas points, plus 20,000 extra.
Oh, let me clue everyone in. Sorry. So, Bri just sent me this this video.
Points for first-time card holders, but hurry, limited time.
And there's some of his patients from last night. The hospital. Looks like there was 4 people seriously injured in a car crash in Mystic on Monday. Let's skip the ad.
Some breaking news right now out of Mystic that we're following for you. Police there investigating a serious car crash that sent 4 people to the hospital.
Yeah, let's send things straight out to Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones, who's live right in front of the scene on Fishtown Road, which is in front of the Mystic River Magnet School. Marcy, good morning. I understand you recently got an update from Groton Police about this situation.
That's right. Good morning. Well, this was a very serious crash, a single vehicle crash that sent 4 people to the hospital. Now, I want to let you know that the investigation that was very much active just cleared within seconds ago. So let's take a look at this video that was taken a little bit earlier. According to police, this all happened just after 1:20 this morning. Dispatch received a crash detection notification. A Toyota 4Runner traveling northbound on Fishtown Road went off near Little Gull Lane. 4 occupants of the vehicle were taken out of the car and were taken to the hospital, where the chief tells us they're in critical condition. We also have learned, sadly, that all 4 people are under the age of 21. That's why this time all of their names have not yet been released, because they are waiting to contact their family members. As far as what exactly happened here, any contributing factors, that's all still under investigation.
If there were any witnesses, we don't have any information right now that would lead us to believe that there were people in the area. But if there are witnesses or anybody has information that would be helpful for our investigation, if they'd call us at 860-441-6712.
Now, as I mentioned, the investigation, at least on the road, has now cleared. So the road is back open. Commuters can now use Fishtown Road. As soon as we get any more information about what exactly led up to this crash, or any more updates on the medical condition of the people involved, we'll bring that to you. But for now, that's the latest. Reporting live in Mystic, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Marcy.
Delivery
No matter who you are and what you need.
We can probably give them more medical updates than anyone else. Just saying. So how are they, Bri? Cheers. What did he say in his email? He said, just got home from work after caring for these kids, all in critical condition. 3 of them are intubated on ventilators. Very, very messy. Poor buggers. That's awful. Awful. Oh. Getting notifications all over the place. audio recordings. Sarah Byrne audio recordings. Ooh. I wonder if they're putting audio out of the jury selection. Are you still there, brother? He's probably gone have a shower. Poor bugger. He works very, very hard, that man, and he's very, very educated. Very, very clever. All right, we'll keep watching whilst we wait.
I assure you, it's a
Sharing
law.
too. Okay.
Mr. Wagner refused to comply with the police, telling them next to nothing. Now, while in some states, a person questioned by a law enforcement officer
Have they stabilised, or they're still in critical conditions? Poor buggers.
is not required to respond, many states have passed stop and identify laws, which permit a law enforcement officer to stop a person suspected of criminal behavior and ask for identification. Failure by the person to respond is a violation of the law and can lead to arrest and criminal charges. And guess what? Ohio, where all this is taking place, is actually a stop and identify state. So Mr. Wagner must identify himself and comply with the police.
Well, then you should know that I have the right to travel from point A to point B in my automobile, unimpeded, trying to be enforced a statute upon.
Incorrect.
No, that is correct.
No, sir. Driving is a privilege, not a right.
I'm not driving.
No, you are.
I'm traveling.
You're operating a motor vehicle. Okay.
Never heard that before.
Well, we'll see what we got.
Driving's a commercial term. That's why I have non-commercial on the back and not for hire.
Mm.
Driving's a commercial term.
Okay.
I'm traveling in my...
Well, we'll see what we got to do here then. Because if you just give your information, you can give it to...
So is Mystic near you, is it? Is that like in Connecticut? Not good. And they're also young. Oh, shit. Were they all in the same vehicle, or was it? Okay. Not good, Bri. Not good. All from the one car. You imagine getting that call, being a family member, one of their parents, you know, it's my worst fear. Well, sending as much love and healing as possible. And strength for you, and energy. Sounds like you've got your hands full. But you got it. You've got it.
to that officer, that trooper, and he can do what he's going to do, and then we can be on our way.
I just wish to be on my way. Okay.
Well, we could all be on our way. All you got to do is give me or my partner here your social security number, a driver's license, any kind of identification. We can check you.
I'm not required by law.
You are. You are. Okay.
Goodness gracious, can you hear that man? He dared to say, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. This is the kind of delusion that gets people in trouble, just like he's about to find out. This guy has suspicious plates in a suspicious vehicle, and he refuses to identify himself. How exactly does he think this is going to go? See what I mean now when I call him dumb? Just listen to the officers as they review the case, deciding on their next actions.
He is traveling, not driving. That's why he has non-commercial back there. He's not required by law. I've tried every which way to be nice, get his social name, anything. You run those actual numbers, and it comes back to a guy, to a Toyota, 2015 Toyota, which could be that vehicle.
Oh, whoopsie.
To a guy who has a CCW. Now, that's obviously a made-up plate, but we just happened to plug that in to Leeds and run it as if that were the Ohio plate. And it's a 2015 silver Toyota. So who knows?
That ain't no 2015.
Well, that's true.
That's about it.
And I don't think that the picture of the guy, they look similar. They really do.
Yeah, that's
so.
All right, let me ask you this. Let's pretend that came back to a 2003 Toyota.
Okay.
Is it's still illegal not to have an actual plate on there, right?
Oh yeah.
So we'll get him to stop.
This trooper's
He's
traffic.
failed to comply.
This trooper's traffic stop is completely great.
He gets bit.
He's 100% legal for the stop, and I've asked him 10 ways to Sunday.
In light of the clear refusal to cooperate, you know what came next, don't you? The big guns came out, and that was the K9 unit. You can't fault these officers and troopers at all. They have been more than patient with Wagner, and for 20 minutes, they have tolerated him. But now, enough is enough. I mean, they even gave all the warnings one is supposed to give. One of the K9 officers clearly said, "We're going to break that window. I'm going to send this 100-pound dog and drag you both onto the ground. You are going to be bit by this K9." Detailing the hell that was to come, but I guess Mr. Wagner was just too much of a rebel. Wouldn't you cooperate if you heard those instructions?
This is what's going to happen. As much as I'm a man and I'm standing here alive today, this is what's going to happen. We're going to break that window. At which time that window's broke, I'm going to send this 100-pound Belgian Malinois in there. He's going to apprehend you. At which time I'm going to drag him and you out of the ground. If you continue to repeat compliance put on you to the point where you will no longer resist. 100%. 100%. This is your final. He's ready. I'm telling you as we speak. You are going to be bit by this canine if you do not act accordingly. Are you willing to open this door and come out peacefully? Okay. Open the door, or we're breaking it and coming in for you.
It's locked.
It's okay.
You've been warned.
I thought the same thing. Like, wouldn't it be easy? What's easiest for the dog so we don't get hurt? I think we're better off breaking it, getting him out of the car, and if he wants to fight, we'll back off, put the dog. Because I don't want him to get...
I don't want him to take off.
Exactly. So if we got to rip him out, put him on the concrete, we'll back off after that. Is that good with you?
45 and 20.
You want to break this side?
Yes, don't hurt the dog. Don't want to hurt the dog.
You going to break that side, Keith? You got to hit it in the corner.
Hit in the corner?
I've heard it's better to hit it in the corner.
What comes next is a spectacle that could be ranked up there in the gladiator games. I want you to take note of the cockiness displayed by Mr. Wagner now, and the humility that is to follow. When you don't behave, the K9 unit will bite law and order into you, as Mr. Wagner soon found out. Watch the horrors that ensued in Canton, Ohio.
This is your final chance, sir. Grab it, show us your hands. Stop him.
Got it?
Get on, go.
Got the dog.
Ow!
Dog.
Ow!
Got
Yep,
the
got him.
Ow! 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 Stop biting my dog. Roll over on your stomach. Roll over. Roll over.
I'm not screaming. I'm traveling. Loudly.
Give us your hand. Ow! Take his right hand. All right. Ow! Ow!
I got his
You're
leg.
warned.
Got leg. I got leg.
Ow! Oh my God! Ow! Ow!
Stop fighting him.
Ow! All right, now extend that arm all the way out. Ow! 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 My arm hurts, guys.
Aww.
Troop.
Guys, please.
Then
Aw.
Please stop. Please. Okay, everybody clear? Please.
Clear.
Turn over some. Yeah.
Roll over. Roll over.
I am.
Hands behind. Hands behind you.
Okay.
Other one. Give him that hand now. Give him that
My
hand.
arm's hurting, guys. Please,
Thank you for shit.
please. I've been lawful.
Release his hand.
I've been lawful.
Release your hand.
I've been lawful. This is hurting,
I
guys.
know. We got a medic coming. Relax. And give him your hand.
I'm trying, guys.
Well, give him
I
your hand.
am. You got it.
Give it to him. Ugh. You good?
Signal 7.
You're not bit, are you?
That was disastrous. It's no wonder that after this, Mr. Ronald Wagner needed 2 surgeries on his arm after being bitten and bloodied by the Canton
Aw.
police dog that was unleashed on him. He was arrested
Poor
and
thing.
charged with driving without proper plates, resisting arrest, and obstruction of official business. When his day in court came, he pleaded no contest to resisting arrest and other misdemeanor charges. He was fined and put on probation. Those scars from the K9 unit, however, shall remain and remind him what happens when you don't
Yeah, no, they don't. They look more like hang on. Did you? I don't know if we actually saw them. Did we? I was adjusting the settings at the time, but no, dog bites generally don't look like puncture wounds. They look like lacerations because the dog is gripping and pulling back and shaking his head at the same time. So, yeah, exactly. I'm with you. Definitely a tailgate. Definitely. No. Good one, Anthony. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Well, that was the first lot of compilations. I've got. I didn't actually put that up on screen. Sorry. I've got a couple of K9 takedowns coming. But I did a compilation myself the other day. I was watching the training of them, and they had this channel had a heap of shorts, and they were just amazing. So I took a few clips of them and put them all together and made up a short video of them because they're just amazing. Let me get out of here and I'll find it. There it is. This one's for the girls. Sorry, Anthony. I mean, not that it's not for the boys, but it's probably here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Where's the sound? Come on, where's the sound? Oh, I've muted that side. Unmute. And let's start again. No, it's still not. What the fudge? What is going on with my shit today? It's not the same without the noise. Find it another way. No, there's no sound there either. Oh, I think I know. Okay. I think I know what happened. This particular oh, you can't even see what I'm looking at. This particular compilation had a song in the background, and it came up as a copyright strike. So I think I removed the audio from it, which is a shit because the song is awesome. And it goes really, really well with it. But you get the picture of them training the the animals. They're just amazing, amazing. All right. Just how they know from simple little commands. Oh, hello. Look at that, balancing on a wheel. And there was no words spoken. They were all hand gestures or movements. And there's one in here where they're crawling along the ground, and the dog is crawling beside him, and he drops his knee down to get balance so that he can take a shot. And the dog knows what he's doing and instinctively, does what he's taught to do to get out of the range of the front of the weapon and to take safety. They're just amazing, amazing. I don't know who put this bit in there, but you know. Look at that. So he goes between his legs, and he just knows by his body movements which way. Oh, this one's good too. Bye-bye. Gotcha. Just a slight movement. So clever. I tell you what, though, you did anything to their dogs and, yeah, you'd see their wrath. The goggles. This one. So watch what the dog does. So he stops. So he's still like walking, got two knees up, but he puts his knee down to get his balance to take the shot. There you go. Dog gets out of the way of the fire. Unbelievable. So much better with the song though. Spewing. It was The Sound of Silence. That's the name of the song. The dog's right out of the way. They do everything together. Amazing.
That's the sound
of
silence.
Ah, I mustn't have. See, the song makes it. I mustn't have deleted all of the song. But yeah, that was awesome. It's on my list of videos. If you want to have another look at it. All right, now where was I? Let's do another canine, shall we? How about best canine takedown?
Today's video is for canine chase lovers. We're diving into something super exciting. The coolest canine takedowns ever caught on camera. These amazing canine officers and their police partners
Oh,
are real-life
absolutely,
superheroes. They chase down bad guys, keep us safe, and make sure justice is served. Get ready to see some incredible moments where these furry heroes take charge. So, sit back, relax,
Oh, don't
and
play the
let's
same
check
one
out the
again.
best canine takedowns
Really?
together.
Get down! Get down! Run it, run it, run it! Go!
Get him out! Pull him out! Talking around! Good boy, buddy! Good boy, Red! Talking!
Well, that's two of the same. Let me see. This one's different. We'll watch the first one, and if it's the same, we'll skip it. I've got another one.
In Tucson, Arizona, something serious happened on August 25th, 2022. The police, called SWAT, were watching a man named Francisco Javier Galarza. He was 49 years old. The police were watching him because he did something really bad. He broke into someone's home and robbed a bank. They wanted to catch him because he had arrest warrants. The police followed Galarza to a parking lot at a store called Circle K. He drove there in a blue BMW car and went into the store. After about 6 minutes, he came out of the store. The police went up to him and said they were the police, and they told him to lay down on the ground so they could arrest him. But instead of doing what they said, Galarza tried to run away. He even tried to get a gun from a bag he had with him.
He's out. He's out. They win. Take him here. Take him here.
Pick it out! Pick it out! Get down! Get down! Run it, run it, run it!
One of the police officers, named Barry Pedersen, quickly let his K9, Kiro, go to stop Galarza from running away. Kiro caught Galarza and made him fall to the ground.
Get that going.
Things got really scary because Galarza had a gun, and he pointed it at the K9 and the other police officers. The police officers had to do something to protect themselves, so two of them, Ernest Ortiz and Barry Patterson, fired their guns.
Absolutely.
After the shooting, the police
The dogs are considered an officer, like they've got full status, haven't they?
officers stopped and tried to help Galarza. They used special kits to give him first aid until the fire department came to help. But even though they tried to save him, Galarza died there. The gun he had was a Taurus G3 9mm semi-automatic. It had bullets in it, ready to be fired.
Hang on.
It was a really sad and...
Hang on. Was Galarza the suspect or the dog? Hang on. Let me go back.
Barry Pedersen quickly let his K9, Kiro, go to stop Galarza from running away. Kiro caught Galarza and made him fall to the ground. But things got really scary because Galarza had a gun and he pointed it at the K9 and the other police officers. The police officers had to do something to protect themselves, so two of them, Ernest Ortiz and Barry Patterson, fired their guns. After the shooting, the police officers stopped and tried to help Galarza. They used special kits to give him first aid until the fire department came to help. But even though they tried to save him, Galarza died there. The gun he had was a Taurus G3 9mm semi-automatic. It had bullets in it, ready to be fired. It was a really sad and scary situation for everyone involved.
Good, welcome, Boomer. How are you? So yes, in some states, they are all guns are semi-automatic. Knives can be considered semi-automatic because it takes an action. Yes. I didn't even realize what I'd done. Watching that, I was confused as to which was which, the names for which, and I instinctively went, "Oh, thank goodness the dog didn't die," and then went, "Oh, that's terrible, Jody." Yeah, my bad. Yes, they're amazing, amazing dogs, amazing.
Oh, he's out. He's out.
They win.
Take him here. Take him here. Pick it out. Pick it out. Get down. Get down. Run it. Run it. Run it.
I'm watching this again. Why are you watching it again?
Our next case is even more interesting. In Volusia County, Florida, the police successfully caught a dangerous person who was involved in a serious crime, a carjacking where someone was killed. It happened on Thursday in New Smyrna Beach. The sheriff's deputies, detectives, and task force members all worked together to catch the suspect. They even used a police dog to help them, which was the first time the dog was used to catch someone. Before they caught the suspect, the detectives and task force members had been watching the area in New Smyrna Beach for a few days. They were looking for Nasson Bacon, a 22-year-old man who was wanted for hurting someone with a gun. They also suspected him of being involved in another crime nearby. They had seen him buying a big 60-round AK-47 magazine for a gun from a store in the area. On Thursday, a plan was made by the police to catch Nasson Bacon and two other people. They were in a car on Dimmock Street.
He's behind the washing
Police moved
machine.
fast to catch them. They surrounded the area and went in to catch Bacon. He tried to hide behind a house on Palm Street, but the police found him with the help of a police dog named Red, who was Officer Brett Whitson's new helper.
First takedown.
Red sniffed him out, even though Bacon was hiding behind things like a washing machine and old metal.
Yeah.
After they caught Bacon, he got hurt from the dog biting him, so they took him to the hospital to make sure he was
saw that
okay.
one too.
They also found out that the other two people with Bacon had guns hidden on them, so they got in trouble too. This operation wasn't just about catching Bacon. It also helped the police find another person who might have been involved in a shooting in Daytona Beach. This shows that the police are working hard to keep everyone safe.
Lay on your stomach! I'm sorry. Don't fuck with my dog! Don't move! Don't move!
While they wait for other police officers to come, Officer Hewson lets the police dog bite the suspect's arm. The K9 shakes its head for about 30 seconds after making the suspect fall to the ground. The police in Seattle shared a video with the public because a news company asked them to. People want to know if the police are doing things right. The video was made shorter to make it easier to watch. Even though the police dog did what it was trained to do, Chief Carmen Best was worried. She thought the way they used the dog didn't follow the rules about when force can be used, and it didn't match what the police department believes in. Chief Best looked into how the police use dogs. She worked with other groups like the Office of Police Accountability, the Court Monitor, the Office of the Inspector General, OIG, and experts who train police dogs. Together, they came up with new rules about using dogs. These rules were checked and approved by different important groups, like the Federal Court Monitor and the Department of Justice. This information was shared in July. Also, the OIG is now checking how the police use dogs to make sure they're doing it right. These loyal and courageous K9 officers never cease to amaze us with their bravery and skill. What did you think of today's action-packed show?
All right, next one. I'm spewing they showed two of the ones that we saw. Where is the next one?
Get him, buddy! Get him! Get him! Get him, Chip! No, high road. He's about to bail. Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him, bud! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him, buddy! Get him! Get him! Get him, Chip! Hands out, motherfucker! Hands out now! Hands out! Hold him, bud! Hold him! Don't put your hands out! Hold him! Put your hands out now! Keep them out! Chip, out.
Yeah, exactly.
Chip, out.
Yeah.
Out.
What? It just they spent all this time and effort on assessing how dogs are used in law enforcement when they could have spent it on yeah. Yeah, just don't.
Get out, Chip, out. Good boy.
The registered house is inside there. On you.
Get him, Bob! Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! Get him, Chip! Get him, get him! Get him, Bob! Get him! Hands up, mother! Hands up right now!
As far as I'm concerned, if you're going to break the law and you're going to be a criminal or you're going to put someone in danger or you're going to, you deserve this shit. They can use them however they like.
Hands up right now! Put your hands out now! Put your hands out right now! Put your hands out! You got him?
He'll think twice next time, won't he?
My dog, step out! Step out! I got him. Out! Step out! Damage by my dog, step out! Stop yelling! Out! Good boy! Good boy! You hold that man, Bubba!
Where are they at? Mickey.
Then he started cutting behind the trailer. Cut down that part didn't get that street.
Hello?
So, I didn't see him come out. Okay, where's your car at? Down there.
Everybody watch my corners for me. Make sure people don't come out.
Come on, Kevin! Come on now!
Mickey! Up! Foy! Mickey! Up! Foy! Up! Mickey! Up!
Put your hands up.
Foy! Up! Foy! Up! Up!
Didn't want to let go, did he?
Let me back up.
Mickey. I mean, how ridiculous. How ridiculous. I cannot believe that is one of the trials that's like stuck in my head. Like, just, did you watch the closing arguments, Brian, with the defense's closing arguments? I was a tad angry. Teresa was pissing herself laughing. I was screaming at the screen. He just blamed everybody else in his closing arguments, and yep. Yep. I was very mad, very mad. Yes. Anyway, that one will go down in history, no doubt. I'm a bit scared to go back and watch my commentary. I think I dropped a few bombs. Oh, whoops.
Off. Kevin, you're under arrest, partner. To A, tell him we need 51 fast.
Ah, he's running. Here. Take him. Here. Take him.
Get him. Yeah, go on. Get him.
Dogs out. We're northbound in the grass. Take him. Ow! Roll over. Okay. Roll over. Put your hands behind your back.
I mean, I'm sure at the end of the day, he would much prefer a bite mark than a bullet wound. Yeah. How many lives have they actually saved? Oh, look at the arm.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, absolutely. You just reminded me I boiled the kettle and didn't pour my coffee. I'll go get it in a minute.
Stop! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Here! Here, buddy! Get on the ground! Get down! Get down!
You went up to feed them any dinner, maybe? That's better. It's not yelling in my ear. First tank.
Sheriff's office K9, you're under arrest. Release the dog. Frank County Sheriff's office K9, you're under arrest. Release the dog.
That must
Shut this door in case the dog gets out, or get ready to pull it to you in case that dog
as an owner of one of those dogs, you must be on edge every time you let them loose, thinking that something might happen to them.
Find a man. Find a man. Boost. Good boy.
Oh, not in there.
Bro, you better come out of that closet. I'm about to open the door. See the dog in there.
Oh.
Closet's the very first door on the right. Yeah. Sheriff's office K9, you're under arrest. Release the dog. My dog's telling me you're in there. You better come out. You're going to get dog bit. Last warning. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Come on.
That was an original hiding spot.
When I get this dog out here, hands go straight in the air. You understand?
I'm in the closet. That's original. The first compilation we ran, he actually literally had hold of his butt cheek and was it was great.
Sit on the bed. Stay up. Stay right there. Let me see your hands, man.
I got my hands up. Back it. Come on, go. Back it. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. Back it. Drop the gun. Get taser. Boss here.
We're filling in. Sorry, I meant my strawberries. We're filling in time waiting for jury selection for her trial. Yeah. I haven't seen anything yet come up, so I'm assuming it will start tomorrow because they don't stream the jury selection. But I will keep my eyes open. Yes, but you're right. It was postponed till today to start. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Where's it?
Taken 5 long years.
10-15. Yes, that's me.
Yep.
Good. Yeah.
They're doing a slow-mo. No. She was offered a plea deal for 15 years, which meant that she would do, I think they offered her 65% of that time with time served, which would have taken her down to just under 6 years, and she would be free, and she rejected it. So now she's looking at minimum 22.5 years to life. Yep. She dumb. Oh, we've seen this one too.
K-912, my partner's got him. We're right here by the library.
This is the one they started talking about.
Lay on your stomach.
Oh, taser as well. Oh. A lot of feedback in that one. I'm just actually having a look at...
Today's video is for K9 chase lovers. We're diving into something super exciting. The coolest K9 takedowns ever caught on camera.
Repeating.
These
Yes,
amazing
it is. Right, let's go back.
Get him, buddy!
Go back.
Get him, shit!
Stop. All right. Now, I reckon we go, how about 15 wildest moments in jail? I think I've got any more body cam. Or most disrespectful courtroom moments of all times. Which one do you reckon? Yeah, she is a screwed loon. I was just actually having a look. There's nothing on Court TV. They've started a different trial. They both started a different trial. Sounds awful. Well, they haven't started it yet, but it's they certainly have not put up any Sarah Boone stuff. All right, so which one shall we do? Shall we do most disrespectful courtroom moments of all time, or the wildest moments in jail caught on camera by police? What do you feel like? I think they both might have a little bit of potty mouth happening, but yeah, you get that. Come on, which one? Jail or court? Jail, court, jail, court. Or What's the time? 12. Maybe we could even watch some. I wonder if Fleisch is on. Let me see. Let me see. What is it? Something justice. Yeah, there's no point starting another trial whilst we're waiting for this. So where is it? Ooh. Oh, there it is. Fine. All right. Nope, he's not up yet. All right. All right. Well, let's do most disrespectful courtroom.
Go ahead. And did you think about whether or not you wanted to kill him and make a deliberate choice to do so?
Go ahead. Put half a magazine.
Listen to me. You don't let me out of here, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take your fucking life if you don't let me out of here. Okay?
Ooh.
I'm done.
This is Tyler Harding, who was arrested after taking police on a high-speed car chase in North Carolina. According to reports, 26-year-old Harding allegedly broke into a home in Charlotte and stole a Jeep. After police tracked the Jeep's GPS signal, Harding ditched it and fled in a pickup truck. As police chased him, Harding blew a tire and stole another car. His third of the day. Harding zoomed recklessly across the highway, driving over dividers and sidewalks. At one point, he was even seen speeding down the wrong side of the road, until finally he crashed head-on with a car stopped at a traffic light. But the pursuit didn't end there.
And what about the poor people in the other car? Yeah.
Harding pushed the crash victim out, who was 7 months pregnant at the time. Then ran off and stole another car. The high-speed chase continued until he crashed again, trying to speed through an intersection. This time, Harding surrendered. Miraculously, no one was seriously injured in the incident. After his arrest, Harding appeared in court via video conference, where the prosecution attempted to increase his bond, arguing that the defendant was a clear danger to the community.
You're driving on the wrong side of the road at excessive speeds, weaving in and out of traffic. He's just demonstrated he doesn't care for anybody's safety in this community.
Considering Harding was a wanted criminal in another state, Judge Donald Cureton announced his verdict.
His history has a lot regarding theft, as well as fleeing or trying to evade arrest. Obviously, the allegations in this case are no different. If anything, they are aggravated. So as a result, I am going to honor the request from the state in terms of raising the amount of the bond.
This is when things got crazy. Clearly upset with the judge's decision, Harding dropped the F-bomb and asked to leave. Judge Cureton, however, put Harding in his place.
I'll let him finish.
Hold on. One thing you're not going to do is give me permission to do anything. I already have that. So I don't need your permission. So you can go, no, you can go ahead and leave. You can go ahead and leave. You already upset. Go ahead and leave. Go ahead and leave.
It's important for me to hear this.
Well, it didn't seem that important just a few seconds ago when you said F this and you wanted to leave.
Because you're listening to what this gentleman has said to you, and it's not my place to tell you what happened yet because I haven't spoken to my attorney yet. But that's what actually is a crime to lie.
Harding's bond was eventually set at a whopping $800,000.
Oh,
Ultimately, Harding
$800,000 for all that damage and all that risk to society and all those people that could have been hurt or killed. So why is Ty Tucker's bond set at 3.1 for being late for a urine sample? Does that seem fair and equitable? Yep, correct.
pleaded guilty to multiple felony and theft charges and was sentenced to 2 consecutive prison sentences of 10 to 21 months. While Tyler Harding showed no regret for cursing at a judge, what happens when a convict spits at his lawyer?
Oh. That's disgusting.
I am, Judge.
Like in the case of 19-year-old Keontae Hunter, who's accused of murder in Louisville, Kentucky. In 2012, Hunter allegedly broke into the home of 21-year-old Jesse Williams and shot him and his girlfriend while they were asleep. Williams died on the spot while his girlfriend survived. Hunter was arrested and charged with murder, attempted murder, and tampering with physical evidence. At his pretrial hearing, the defense attempted to suppress a statement Hunter gave to police after the shooting.
Keontae, who was a juvenile at the time, case law does support, and just our own common sense knows that juveniles have a lowered understanding, a lower intelligence when it comes to legal rights and things of that nature. I would argue that given his situation as a juvenile, that the Commonwealth has not met their burden showing that that was an intelligent and voluntary waiver.
But Hunter had other ideas.
Mr. Hunter, hold on.
At first, he disagreed with his public defender.
I won't do it off my case. It's conflict of interest between me and
Then, as he was about to be thrown out of court, Hunter exploded.
I want to file a verbal motion.
In a fit of rage, Hunter spat on his own lawyer and swung his handcuffed arms at him. Before being taken down by deputies. But the defiant defendant was not done.
I'm calling my next court date, dog. Spit in your face.
Eventually, a new public defender was assigned, but Hunter was ultimately convicted on all charges and sentenced to 25 years in prison. While Keontae Hunter proved to be a biological hazard in court, what happens when an offender threatens to kill the judge?
Listen to me. You don't let me out of here, I'm gonna you. I'm a Jew. I'm gonna life if you let me out of here. Okay? I'm done.
Like in the case of Juan Rodriguez, who's accused of stabbing a woman in Miami, Florida. In 2010, Rodriguez allegedly stabbed.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to put the kettle on and close the back door. It's freezing now.
Nurse Nadine Morris at a mental health facility he was residing in after accusing her of theft. Now in bond court on an attempted murder charge, Rodriguez was off to an explosive start.
You can't be Simon when I talk to her.
Oh, we're doing out of turn. Sorry about that. Didn't give you a heads up.
1 second. He cannot be there when I talk to you. This guy cannot be there when I talk to you.
Oh, it was him. I thought it was the public defender.
As the judge ignored his request, Rodriguez became irate.
No, I don't need it. Listen to me. You don't let me out of here, I'm gonna kill you. I'm a Jew. I'm gonna take if you let me out of here. Okay? I'm done. Now let's eat breakfast. The rabbi's cooking.
Juan Rodriguez.
After dropping a bombshell, Rodriguez attempted to walk away.
You can't be Simon when I talk to her.
Oh, we're doing out of turn. Sorry about that. Didn't give you a heads up.
When brought back, the defendant once again demanded to be released from prison and continued threatening to kill Judge Beatrice Buchko.
Charged with attempted murder, first degree. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender, seeing as that he doesn't appear to be in a condition to respond.
What do you want?
Appropriately.
What's your pleasure? What do you want from me? Where's Sabrina? Where the fuck is she?
Finding probable.
What's her phone number?
Okay.
If you don't let me out of here, I'm gonna...
Setting.
Cool as a cucumber, the judge seemed least interested and eventually denied him bond.
Setting no bond. Okay. Thank you, corrections. Probable cause, no bond. Appoint the public defender.
While Juan Rodriguez got no reaction from a judge after threatening to kill her, what happens when a convict scares his victim into tears? On February 20th, 2016, authorities received several 911 calls about a rogue Uber driver in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
I'd like to report a crazy driver. I just got an Uber to my friend's house. On the way there, he was driving neurotic down West Main. He hit a car. He drove through the woods, and I finally just jumped out.
I just got passed by a silver Traverse going southbound on Douglas. Probably every bit of 100 miles an hour.
There was a man going roughly 70, 80 miles an hour, weaving in and out of both lanes of traffic.
This silver SUV just slammed on its brakes outside my house.
Okay.
And threw out a guy.
The driver was later identified as 45-year-old Jason Dalton, who would later go on a deadly spree that night. While picking up a passenger, Dalton shot 25-year-old Tiana Carruthers several times in the parking lot of an apartment complex.
Okay, so female's down. She's been shot.
Don't move. Don't move.
Okay, where's the person that shot her? I don't know. The car sped off.
Dalton then sped off and changed cars from a silver SUV to a black Chevy before pulling over in the parking lot of a Kia dealership and fatally shooting 53-year-old Richard Smith and his 17-year-old son, Tyler.
Hi, we just drove by the Kia, and a guy just shot some people in the parking lot. There were two guys laying on the ground and one guy pointing a gun at them.
10 minutes later, authorities received another 911 call.
Kimsey County 911.
I'm at the Kalamazoo Cracker Barrel, and there's been gunshots in a car.
There's gunshots in a car?
Yes.
When police arrived, they found 4 people shot dead outside a Cracker Barrel restaurant. A 5th victim, 14-year-old Abigail Kopf, survived with horrific injuries. In total, 6 people died and 2 were gravely wounded in what police called an act of random shooting. In between the shootings, Dalton picked up and dropped several passengers who didn't suspect a thing. One even jokingly asked if he was the shooter. Dalton was arrested later that night after a cop identified his car.
Driver, take your hands out the window!
Clear.
He surrendered without resistance.
Hey, Jason.
Hi.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
You all right tonight?
Yeah. Not really, though.
What's going on?
I know you wanted an explanation. You can get one.
Because you're not this guy.
No. If you guys only knew, it would blow your mind. Okay.
During his interrogation, Dalton blamed the Uber app, claiming its logo resembled the devil.
Oh,
Took
look,
over his
that was probably the only people that the defense attorney on the 911 case didn't blame the Uber app.
Body and made him shoot 8 people.
The symbol that's on an Uber. Uh-huh. Could you bring my phone up to me so I can see it? I have the Uber thing on here. Can I see it, please? On Uber. When I clicked it, it went ching. And then there was like a double head that popped up.
Oh, he's had too
And
many
I
messages
pressed
on
that
it.
button. And that's where all the problems went after that. I've experienced the full body takeover. It literally has control of you.
Right.
I would have never done any of these atrocities that have happened.
Right. What made you get your firearms name? The app, the Uber?
Is that what made you put the vest on too?
Yeah. you remember shooting people? There's like little spots where it pops in.
At trial, Tiana Carruthers, who suffered severe mental and physical trauma, took the stand.
I seen him coming, and I saw a gun.
Interrogator cars. No, they gave bags. These old people, they have these old black bags. They're called they're black. They're black bags, and people drive around and look at them. It gets real like, hey, and it's time people look, and then that's when to tell people it's time to get to the temple.
They go for the insanity defense.
Yeah, you need to get to temple because you need to get.
This might be a good one for it.
It's called intimidator badge.
You can be quiet in today's proceedings, okay?
Yeah.
If you have anything to say, you whisper to your attorney. That's today's rules, okay?
The judge intervened as the witness broke into tears.
So, Ms. Carruthers, are you okay? Or do we need to take a minute?
When the prosecutor asked Carruthers if she needed a minute, Dalton lunged at the victim.
Recess.
Take it.
Oh, bugger, she must be so traumatized. Just to
The
turn
judge
up
asked
there
for a
and face him
recess,
and
and
have to look
Dalton
at
was
that.
dragged out of the courtroom. Eventually, Dalton pleaded guilty to multiple counts of murder, assault, and felony firearm. Finally, it was time for the Uber killer to learn his fate.
You, Jason Brian Dalton, be remanded to the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections for assessment and sentencing for a period of life without the possibility of parole as mandated by statute. This is to be served consecutive to any sentence imposed.
Dalton was ultimately sentenced to life in prison with no hope of parole for his deadly shooting spree. While Jason Dalton mercilessly harassed his victim, what happens when an offender lits up a joint in court? Like in the case of Spencer Allen Boston, who's at the Wilson County Courthouse in Tennessee on a drug charge. Police said during a traffic
Mary
stop,
Jane.
20-year-old Boston received a citation for simple possession of marijuana.
Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Boston. He said
He wants to represent himself.
in this case. I told him today was
Stressful representing yourself, you know.
To which he responded, I just want to plead my case to the court. So he didn't want to talk to me after that, so that's why he was.
Now in court, Boston was representing himself and wanted to plead his
I
case.
think it's very unfair, the marijuana law here. I think we the people deserve better because marijuana is a very harmless drug and it's been around for ages, since the 80s and 90s.
Turns out,
the 80s,
Boston wanted to
90s?
argue
Really?
about marijuana law, but the
before
judge
that.
was having none of it.
I've heard that baloney all my life, so don't go any further on that.
Yes, sir.
I don't
And
know whether it's good or bad. All I know is Tennessee still has it against the law. I swore to uphold the laws, and I have to uphold the laws as a judge. It probably is unfair, but I can't change it. You got to go see the legislature.
The judge then shifted focus to the case at hand.
If you want a trial, we can give you a trial on the officer state, which it's Officer Vincent.
Officer Vincent?
As the judge became busy scheduling a trial date, Boston decided to take matters into his own hands.
May 7th. Yeah, call him. I can't give you his name of man you really need to call. But if somebody.
Hey! We the people deserve better.
Take him to jail. Take him to jail.
Incredibly, the defendant whipped out a joint and lit it up in front of the judge. As a court bailiff restrained him, Boston held the burning contraband up to the gallery with one message.
If somebody.
Hey! We the people deserve better.
Take him to jail. Take him to jail.
For his efforts, Boston was sent to 10 days.
It's harmless, you know. Doesn't affect you at all.
Is in jail for contempt of court and an additional possession charge. While Spencer Allen Boston pleaded his case with a live demonstration, what happens when a convict flips off everyone in the courtroom?
Oh.
Okay. Well.
Like in the case.
I did that. I did that at the the 911 trial with the defense attorney's closing. I'm pretty sure I gave him a couple of the birds as well. My bad.
Case of Keith Ferguson, who's accused of double murder in Kalkaska, Michigan. In November 2014, 40-year-old Ferguson allegedly shot and killed his estranged wife, Tiffany, at her home in Cold Springs Township in front of their 4 children. Ferguson then took the children to his father-in-law's home and fatally shot 63-year-old James Weber. The children managed to escape while Ferguson took a hostage and barricaded himself in a house before police arrived and arrested him. Police believe the reason behind the murders was a divorce case, which was filed by Tiffany. At his arraignment, Ferguson had nothing but disdain and defiance for the courtroom. He even lashed out at the judge.
Are you? Okay. Well.
All right, Mr. Ferguson, can I get you to stand up there at the podium, please? All right, I need to have you raise your right hand for me. Okay, all right.
Put me back in my cell.
Okay, stop.
As for Ferguson's bond, the prosecution argued for the highest amount possible.
And his taking hostages, based on that information, there's no doubt in my mind that this particular defendant had a high risk of non-appearance or danger to the public.
The judge concurred.
We have issues of flight, home invasion, kidnapping. The defendant is facing life offenses. I think a high bond is warranted under the circumstances to assure the defendant's appearance in court. I'm gonna set it as a $10 million bond.
After deciding to plead guilty, Ferguson repeatedly snapped and refused to comply at his plea hearing.
Well, I'm not getting into any detail of what happened.
If you want to be guilty, you have to say what you did.
I'm not saying, all right, because of respect and safety of my children, I'm not saying nothing because they're gonna see this. They don't need to hear that. Understand what I'm saying? You know, let's just make this painless and not give me my 100 years or whatever, and give me the out of here.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, well, do it. Understand me? I'm not doing this for these stupid cameras and these inbreds.
The judge called for a break, but Ferguson was still fuming.
Don't touch me more.
Eventually, Ferguson calmed down and pleaded guilty to first and second-degree murder.
And did you intend?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And did you think about whether or not you wanted to make a deliberate choice to do so?
No, yeah. Put half a magazine in that.
He even requested the death penalty.
You can't give me the death penalty?
Horrible man. Evil.
During sentencing, Tiffany's friend gave an emotional and powerful victim impact statement.
Murdered their mother and grandfather. Why? You could have just taken your own life and saved these poor kids, their grandmother, friends, and community a horrific pain. Do you have any idea of the emotional pain your kids have suffered and will continue to suffer their entire lives? Your Honor, on behalf of the kids, myself, and all of Chip's friends and family, please send Keith to prison for life without any chance for parole. Thank you.
Ferguson was also given a chance to speak, but he showed no remorse.
Just send me, kill me, whatever.
Before handing over his fate, Judge George Mertz had a few words for the defendant.
Something fundamentally wrong with you.
You think?
You're incapable of understanding that intentionally depriving an elderly woman of her husband for life, 4 children, and a mother, to satisfy your own selfish urges, justice is something that deserves the most important, serious punishment.
Ultimately, Ferguson was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for murdering 2 people. While Keith Ferguson's courtroom behavior was sickening to watch, what happens when a convict flips off the judge? Like in the case of Penelope Soto, who is facing drug possession charges in Miami, Florida. In 2013, Soto was arrested after she crashed her bike on Southwest Street while high on Xanax. Police also found 26 Xanax bars in Soto's purse. The next day in court, Soto showed signs of being intoxicated as she giggled, touched her hair, and appeared to stagger.
I don't even point you because you own a lot of substantial amounts of jewelry. You can go and sell your jewelry for it.
To determine her bail conditions, Soto was asked about her assets.
How much money are you making a week approximately?
Approximately about $200 a week.
Okay, and do you own any property of value, a house, a car, a bank account, significant amounts of jewelry?
Yes.
What do you own?
I own a lot of jewelry, all right, as
Okay.
well as
Go ahead.
a car.
Well, how much would you say your jewelry is worth? It's not a joke, you know. We're not in a club now.
Okay, but it's, you know, kind of.
However, Judge Jorge Rodriguez Chomat did not like the defendant's attitude and gave her a warning.
Okay, but
She's not very young.
We are not in a club. Be serious about it.
I'm serious about
You're
it.
being
You
very,
just made
I
me
can see
laugh.
you're serious, all right?
Discussing the value of her jewelry, Soto even referenced Rick Ross, a rapper known to wear expensive bling.
Rick Ross.
Huh?
Not making sense of her response, the judge asked Soto whether she was under the influence.
Have you had any kind of drugs in the last 24 hours?
Actually, no.
Eventually, her bond was set at $5,000.
What is the standard bond?
It should be,
Ain't gonna be no PTS.
okay, 5,000 on count one, and then the rest should be ROR. Oh, yeah, the is also requesting a referral to Division 51 because she has no.
Count one would be 5,000 for our cost found. Count two would be ROR. Bye-bye.
Adios.
However, Judge Rodriguez Chomat was not going to tolerate Soto's sassy attitude anymore.
Come back, man. Come back. Come back. Give me the paper again. Count one would be 10,000.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Adios.
The judge called her back and doubled Soto's bond to $10,000. While leaving the stand in disgust, Soto cursed at the judge and showed him the finger. This time, Judge Rodriguez Chomat was done playing games.
Bring him back again.
What's up?
I believe I heard you saying to.
Yes, I did. I'm not going to the.
I believe you. Did you say?
Yes,
Me?
actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes, sir. I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I'm not
I find you in
gonna lie.
direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
Okay, that's fine.
30 days in the county jail.
I believe that she is represented by the public defender. I don't know if we need to-
It's not being represented by the public defender.
Okay.
Soto was charged with contempt of court and sentenced to 30 days in jail. 4
was
days later,
pleasant to
Soto
start
was back
with,
in
and he
court,
just
this
left
time
it.
sober and apologetic.
My behavior was very irrational, and I apologize not only to the court and you, but to my family.
The judge saw the lighter side of it and revoked her sentence.
And I normally don't act like that. So,
Let me ask you a quick question. Did you use Xanax? Did you take any Xanax? Something.
yes, I did.
How many?
2.
2? I'm going to vacate the judgment of contempt and also set aside cancel and the remaining of your county jail sentence.
A year later, Soto's drug charges were dropped when she successfully completed a court-ordered drug program. While Penelope Soto's courtroom actions could certainly be
Supposed
blamed
to be
on
like
drug
the
use,
the worst things caught on camera. Like giving the bird is not the worst thing caught on camera in jail.
several students. Authorities were flooded with panic-stricken 911 calls.
911, where's your emergency?
We just had a shooting at our school. We need to get out of here. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay. Do you have any idea where the shooter is?
He started in the cafeteria.
He started in the cafeteria?
Yeah, and he ran out.
Okay. Who was the shooter?
His name is Thomas Lane.
After Lane opened fire in the cafeteria, the school's assistant football coach, Frank Hall, chased him outside the premises. That's where the police found Lane when they arrived and arrested him. Tragically, 16-year-old Daniel Parmator died at the scene, while Russell King Jr., 17, and Demetrius Hewlin, 16, later succumbed to their injuries at the hospital. The shooting also left 17-year-old Nick Walczak permanently paralyzed. All of Lane's victims were his classmates. Lane was charged as an adult with 3 counts of murder. His friends said the teenager was often quiet and kept to himself.
He was just a person that, wanted to hide himself and keep all of his emotions in.
The kind of guy that, would sit by himself and just never bother anybody.
Reports also suggested that Lane had a deeply troubled home life. His father had previously served in prison on assault charges, while his mother often stayed away from home. Lane had initially pleaded not guilty on the grounds of insanity, claiming he often heard voices in his head. But eventually, the defendant was found competent to stand trial. So, to avoid the death penalty, Lane pleaded guilty to the murders.
I understand that you're pleading guilty. You want to plead guilty to the 3 aggravated murder charges, the 3 firearm specifications.
Yes, sir. At his sentencing, Lane showed no signs of regret as the victim's family members addressed their children's killer.
That child stole my baby's life.
He was
and he
allowed
should
to
never
wear
be
that
able to
into
do this
court.
to
That's
anyone
disgusting.
ever again.
I will have to eventually forgive you. Otherwise, you will haunt me. You will never, ever be in my thoughts after this. Never.
I want you to endure years and years of pain and abuse, which is, in my opinion, not harsh enough.
Lane's lack of remorse was more evident when he arrived
A good silly sleeps on their belly.
for his sentencing, where he started executing his sinister plan by unbuttoning his shirt and revealing a white t-shirt with the word killer scribbled on it. Lane, who wore a similar t-shirt the day of the shooting, showed it off in the courtroom with a smug smile on his face. And if that wasn't enough, this is what the evil killer had to say to the victim's family members. Ultimately, Lane was sentenced to life in prison without any chance of parole for the murder of his classmates.
First, the defendant's conduct was without any provocation. Second, it was extreme. He was relentless in his shooting. He repeatedly fired his gun at these victims in sequence, moving in a position to better the aim. He inflicted extreme injury, and he kept shooting.
While TJ Lane's sickening courtroom insults left everyone stunned, what happens when a defendant swings at an innocent bystander? Like in the case of David St. John, who is facing multiple charges, including aggravated assault in Houston, Texas. As per reports, St. John took a girl to a motel and assaulted her at gunpoint. At the time of the incident, St. John was already awaiting trial for 3 other crimes, including possession of the pistol he used during the alleged assault. In court, while the judge was seemingly distracted with another issue, St. John did something outrageous.
After you sign me,
Did you know you
He didn't even know that guy.
Call someone.
He kept repeating, "Did you learn your lesson?" before punching a man in the face. Fortunately, St. John was quickly subdued by an officer. Even as he was being cuffed, St. John continued to offer advice.
No, you learn your lesson. You don't end up like me. You don't attitude.
It was unclear why St. John attacked the man, but before leaving the courtroom, he had one final word of wisdom.
You have a panic button. I have one over here.
I did that for young good, son. Don't end up like me.
Fortunately for St. John, the man did not press any charges. However, he pled guilty to his original charges and was sentenced to 2 25-year sentences. David St. John's crazy courtroom behavior certainly shocked everyone. But what happens when a judge gets hit by the F-bomb?
That's the only thing. I'll go back. Your Honor.
Like in the case of Akia Smith, who's on trial for several offenses in Detroit, Michigan. According to reports, Smith went on assault spree in 2011 across 9 different communities, which lasted 6 years with over 34 victims. The 32-year-old was finally caught when CCTV cameras captured him trying to break into a victim's home. Police also found a cigarette butt on one of the victim's beds, which had Smith's DNA on it. Smith was arrested and charged with multiple counts of first-degree assault and home invasion. At his trial, several of Smith's victims bravely came forward and testified.
He leaned down and he told me not to make any noise and not to do anything or he would hurt me.
His modus operandi was simple: climb in through an open window and attack his sleeping victims.
Mikey Smith got into her home through an open kitchen window and assaulted.
I rolled over in bed and I saw a flashlight in the doorway.
Smith even threatened to hurt his victim's children who slept next door.
I'll hurt her, I'll hurt you. He held a knife to my neck.
One of the victims begged Smith to stop as she was already a assault survivor.
Trying to make him see me as a person, to have sympathy for me.
Smith backed off, but not for long.
I still have a desire. I still want to do this. I want you to feel how excited I am. And he took my hand and made me touch him.
Eventually, Smith pleaded guilty to all charges mid-trial. At his sentencing, survivors delivered powerful victim impact statements.
I want him to go through the fear that all of us went through, being woken up in the middle of the night with a knife to our throats, and taken advantage of. And I hope that he gets that every night. That day has caused a lot of people in my life to leave. Mr. Smith made a choice to come into my home on November 24, 2014. He made a choice to forcefully violate me and set into motion a series of events that drastically altered my life, and not only mine, but those of the people who I love and who care for me.
Before declaring his fate, Judge Dalton Robertson condemned the defendant.
I don't think that the guidelines meet out enough punishment for him. I want him to have to face up to what he's done. He is a danger to the community. He's a danger to women. He just cannot resist. Your Honor. Well, it's okay with me. Good luck to you, buddy.
This is when things got crazy. As Judge Roberson refused to allow him to speak, Smith lashed out with the F-bomb.
Your Honor. Well, it's okay with me. Good luck to you, buddy.
Ultimately, Smith was sentenced to 55 to 80 years in prison. While Akia Smith cussed at a judge in the courtroom, how does it compare to threatening to kill a witness? Like in the case of Jeremy Christian, who's on trial for murder and hate crime charges in Oregon.
Free speech or die, Portland. You got no safe place. This is America. Get out if you don't like free speech.
Reports suggest that on May 25th, 2017, Christian went on a hate-filled rant against Muslims, African Americans, and other groups on board the MAX train in Portland.
It's like we got a bus driver on YouTube.
When Demetria Hester, a black woman, protested, Christian followed her off the train and assaulted her. CCTV footage caught Christian throwing a bottle full of water at Hester, injuring her eye.
He throws the bottle to my eye.
Christian, who had been drinking and smoking marijuana all night, boarded the same train the next day when he suddenly broke out on a racial rant towards two young women. A bystander on the train captured the distressing scene on video. And if we rewind the footage right there, we'll actually see Christian smack an innocent bystander's phone to the ground for no reason. The situation quickly spiraled into chaos as passengers, including Micah Fletcher and Talisa Namkai Mechi, bravely confronted Christian to protect the targeted girls. Christian became increasingly aggressive and confrontational. The situation only escalated from here. Christian pulled out a folding knife and attacked Fletcher. Namkai Mechi.
Heartless is one word, Anthony. There's plenty of other words out there for them.
Ricky Best. The attack resulted in the deaths of Best and Namkai Mechi, while Fletcher survived but sustained serious injuries. He fled the crime scene. Passengers of the train followed him, and he was arrested about a mile away. After the arrest, shocking footage emerged of Christian in the back of the patrol car.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I did. I'm happy as fuck. Hopefully, die.
However shocking you thought Christian's case was up until now, wait till you see how he acted in court. During the trial, an emotional Walia Mohammed held back tears as she recounted the horrors she faced at the hands of the defendant.
He was saying, Muslims, saying go back to Saudi Arabia.
Was there?
I said, yourself.
Survivor Micah Fletcher also took the stand.
He responded by me in the throat.
Say again?
He responded by me in the throat.
Testifying how Christian him in the neck after being confronted. Eventually, the jury found Jeremy Christian guilty on all counts. At his sentencing, Demetria Hester had some choice words for Christian in her victim impact statement.
Jeremy Christian, your mom should have swallowed you. You are a waste of breath. And when you die and go to hell, I hope you rot.
Leave there.
This is when he exploded.
Now, hey.
Go back to Tennessee, too.
What do I tell
Go
you?
back to Tennessee, too. We don't want you here. All your race bait bullshit. You make me married. You make me married.
As he was being taken out of the courtroom, Christian threatened to kill the victim.
I should have killed you. I should have killed you. Everybody knows you're alive.
Ultimately, Christian was sentenced to 2 life terms without the possibility of parole.
Well, yeah. Righto. That wasn't very magical or mysterious. Oh, I forgot my little. Hang on. Yeah, dramatic little end there. All right, let me get rid of this. There we go. Right, okay. Well, I think that might wrap us up for this evening. I shall be keeping my eye out for Ms. Boone and any updates on that. And in the meantime, I will run the day 6 of the burned husband trial overnight, given that it is 1 a.m. in the morning here. So I will just run it without commentary and you can enjoy without me interrupting. All right. Have a good evening. I hope you all had a lovely weekend and hope you have a fantastic Monday. And I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bad channel. Adios.
Justice served in an honest fight.
True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule and the defense rests.